There was once an intensely attractive young princess called Caronis who came from the Thessalian kingdom of Phlegiantus. So great was her beauty that she caught the attention of the god Apollo, who took her as a lover. You might think that the companionship and love of one of the most beautiful of the gods would be enough for anyone, but Caronis, while pregnant with Apollo's child, fell for the charms of a mortal called Ischys and slept with him. And that's how the story of Aesclepius, the Greek god of medicine, began. One of Apollo's white crows witnessed this act of betrayal and flew back to tell his master all about the insult to his honor. Enraged, Apollo asked his sister Artemis to take revenge. Artemis attacked the palace at Phlegiantus with plague arrows and poison darts that spread a terrible disease throughout the kingdom. Many besides Caronis were infected.
She's dying, my lord, dying.
Did she say anything? Did she admit her guilt?
Oh yes, I deserve my fate, she said. Tell the great god Apollo that I ask no forgiveness and beg no pity, only save the life of our child.
With such malicious glee did the crow crow that Apollo lost his temper and turned it black. All crows, ravens and rooks ever since have been that color. When Apollo, now filled with remorse, reached plague-stricken Phlegiantus, he found Caronis lying dead on her funeral pyre, the flames licking all round her. With a cry of grief he leapt through the flames and from her womb cut out their child who was still living. The rescued infant boy, whom Apollo named Aesclepius, was put in the care of the centaur Chiron. It quickly became clear to Chiron that he allied an incisive, logical and curious mind with a natural gift for healing. Chiron, a naturalist, herbalist and reasoner himself, took enormous pleasure in training the boy in the medical arts. By the time he was 20, Aesclepius had mastered all the arts of surgery and medicine. He married Epione. Together they had 3 sons and 4 daughters. Aesclepius trained his girls as rigorously as Chiron had trained him. Sometime Aesclepius relieved the suffering of a bruised snake by the application of an ointment of his own devising. This case proved to be invaluable, for the grateful serpent had licked Aesclepius's ear in thanks, whispering as he did so many secrets of the arts of healing that were closed even to Chiron. Athena, to whom snakes were sacred, bestowed her thanks too, in the form of a jar of Gorgon's blood. You might think this a poor gift. Far from it. A single drop of the silvery gold ichor that keeps the gods immortal is fatal for humans to touch or taste. The blood of a creature as deadly and dangerous as a serpent-haired Gorgon, on the other hand, has the power to bring the dead back to life. Aesclepius used the Gorgon's blood once to revive the corpse of a dead patient, then a second time, and soon he was using it as liberally and regularly as oil. Hades began to grumble and fume. Unable to bear it any longer, he went so far as to leave the underworld and stand angrily before the throne of his brother Zeus.
This man is denying me souls. He pulls them back from death just as they are ready to cross over to us. Something must be done.
I agree. He is subverting the proper order of things. If a person is marked down for death, it is quite unacceptable for a mortal to interfere. Your daughter did a very foolish thing in giving him Gorgon's blood.
Zeus frowned. There was no denying the truth of what they said. He was disappointed in Athena. Mortals were mortal and that was that. Allowing them access to potions that gave them ascendancy over death was quite wrong. The thunderbolt which struck Aesclepius was wholly unexpected. It killed him stone dead. All of Greece lamented the loss of their beloved and valued physician and healer. But Apollo did more than mourn the passing of his son. He raged. As soon as he heard the news he took himself off to the workshop of Hephaestus in Etna and with 3 swift arrows shot dead Brontes, Steropes and Argesh, the Cyclopes whose eternal task and pleasure it was to manufacture the Sky Father's thunderbolts. Zeus was intolerant of any threat to his authority and always moved swiftly to put down the slightest hint of insurrection. Apollo was thrown from Olympus and commanded to serve the Thessalian king Admetus in a lowly position for a year and a day. Apollo obeyed without objection and he begged his father to resurrect Aesclepius. Zeus restored Aesclepius to life and raised him up as a god.